Hello and welcome to this edition of Pursue the Hunt Off-Season Training Tips. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sighting in our rifle here using what I like to call the boiler room sight-in method. And what I'm doing here is we're looking for the minimal amount of rise and fall in the bullet within 300 yards. And this is so that when I'm out in the field and things are happening quickly, I don't necessarily need to take the time to range the game, dial my scope, and take the shot. I know the rise and the max fall of my bullet within that 300-yard range. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using the Savage 270 Winchester with the 145 grain Hornady ELDX bullet. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to zero the rifle for 26 yards. And the reason that I do this is for two reasons. One, I don't have to travel so far back and forth between the target and my shooting distance and my platform. And two, there's less variables if it's windy or things like that to get a really tight zero group. Now with a 26-yard zero, at 150 yards, I'll be a 3 1/4 inch high. And then at 300 yards, I'll be about 3 inches low. And what that allows me to do is on any big game inside that 300 yards, I can just simply move my crosshairs a little bit up or down rather than adjusting my scope in a quick situation. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and zero on our 26 yards on our target, and then we're going to pull back to 150, make sure we're about that 3 inch high mark, and then we're going to pull it back to 300 yards. Now during my sight-in process, what I like to do is I like to dial my scope back in zoom, and that just allows that crosshair to move a little bit less in and out of the target area so I can get a little bit more of a precise shot. Now I like the seated position. It's a nice stable rest, stable platform to get the first group down range. And what I'm looking for is I'm really looking for a tight group here, because as we back up in distance, our groups can open up significantly if we're not really tight at the start. All right, so as we can see here, our target's getting a little cold. So we've got a half decent grouping. Last two were a little bit low left. So we're going to put just a couple more down range just to make sure that we're right inside the orange there, and then we're going to move back to 100 yards. If you're shooting on a field, always pick up your brass. It's always a good idea. All right, so let's see what the damage is here. All right, so you can see here now, put another one here, another two in here. So we're gonna keep that as is, and we're gonna go ahead and move back now, and then see if we need to make any adjustments at our 150 range mark. Okay, well, we're back. Beautiful sunny day here, and we're just gonna continue on our Hornady App review. And yeah, I tried doing this a couple months ago actually, and my camera ran out of battery by accident. We're still dialed in for that 26 yards, and what we're going to do today is, as you can see, maybe you can't see, I'm sitting on top of one of our bale piles, which provides a pretty nice perch for seeing my steel target nicely downrange, 280 yards. So according to my Hornady app, which I will pull up here, so I have my 270 Win, scope, ballistics, efficiencies, all that input in the app. I don't know if you can really see it. I'll show it to you after. So this is the Hornady app here. So I just go into my favorites, select the BC calculator. I have everything already set in. So this is where I can adjust all my on-the-fly variables, yardage. As you'll see here, I'm just indicating where my 0 is, 26 yards. And then I'll scroll to where my actual yardage is, which is 280 yards. And then on the bottom of the screen, you'll see I can indicate there if I want MOA, MRADs, inches. I can set it to whatever I want. I want MOA and the windage as well. And you can also play with the image by selecting the speed and the angle at which the image is going to affect the bullet projectile. So once I have all that set there, then I can go ahead and shoot. So going into here, I can adjust any of my rifle info, and then I can go to edit variables, and I can also edit altitude, air pressure, temperature, things like that if you want to get really picky. So right now we've got a pretty much a head-on wind today, but it's only a couple miles per hour, which isn't going to really affect our windage. And we're at 280 yards. So according to the app, it's saying I need to come up half MOA. So half MOA at 100 yards is 2 clicks. So we're going to come up 2 clicks, and basically that should put me right on the steel. So just going to get all my rifles and stuff all set up here, and then let's see how we want to do it. I want to do this as raw and uncut as possible so we can see if the app is actually as accurate as it's saying it is. So, and it is only an 8-inch piece of steel at the bottom or downrange. So it's gonna be interesting to see if it works or not. But I'm excited because it gives out great tables and great data. So if it's putting me on the steel, then I think we get a thumbs up for the Hornady app. So because the windage is straight on, we're really not going to worry too much about the spider. We're not going to be worrying too much about the windage because it's straight on. Okay. So 2 clicks up. 1, 2. Okay. So now we're going to just get comfortable here. All right, so got target in sight. We're going to go live. All right. So, good news is, not sure if you heard it, but we hit the steel. Bad news is, I knocked it off the chains. However, I'm really pleased with the fact that first shot downrange, adjusting the clicks, which I will re-zero 2 clicks. 1, 2. Put my cap back on. So with the app, first shot downrange, hit the 8-inch piece of steel. All right, don't need these on. So now we're gonna walk 280 yards downrange because I knocked the steel off my chains. So that's interesting. I'm interested to see where I hit it. I don't think I hit the chains because I heard pretty loud steel, but I guess we'll find out. All right, we've arrived at the steel target. And as you can see, it's off the chains. What do we got here? All right, so you can kind of see here, these ones here are kind of smaller, 22. This one here, that's definitely a rifle. That one looks fresh. And that one made just a little bit of a mark. The steel is still amazingly flat. These AR-500 targets are pretty awesome, but we are missing one of these to hang it back up, which kind of sucks. So we're gonna look for that now. All right, what we've done here now is we've just adjusted the chain length just a little bit here now. As you can see, we've given it quite a bit more slack, and hopefully that'll just allow the energy to absorb a little better. But now I'm pretty sure this one right here, because I don't remember that one having a little bit of a mark in it, hit it there. So I guess we'll see if we can plink another one into it, and hopefully it stays on the chains this time. Okay, we are ready for round 2. So hopefully this time everything stays in place as it should. Bingo! First shot I pulled left, felt it. Send one more down there. All right, we're going live. Bingo! Okay, well, there we have it. Missed 2, hit 2. Definitely one I felt left. The other miss could have been low, but again, shoot at something 8 by 8 inches. So we'll just kind of see. I'll show you guys on the Hornady app exactly what I did there, and hopefully that works out for you guys too. All right, well, that wraps up this edition of Pursue the Hunt hunting strategies. I hope you enjoyed the clip and the tip today, and hopefully the app works for you as well.